In this video, I hope to share with you guys how we can all make miniature painting a better hobby.
That the entirety of the cosmos is accessible through each and every individual's mind, connecting to the great mind, the great spirit.
Welcome back to the channel, collectors. So miniature painting is something really close to my heart, and I really love miniature painting a lot. The process of miniature painting has allowed me to push myself and give me an opportunity to develop something that's truly mine. Over the years of miniature painting, I always thought that creating a style would be something very impossible and only available to the really talented painters. However, for an average person like me, with many years of painting, I started to realize that style was a byproduct of what I was creating based on the process that I'm painting. As such, I would love more people to be able to pick up the art of miniature painting and this hobby so that we all get to enjoy this hobby together. 2020 has really been a year of a decade, and oh my god, I would love more people to share my joy of miniature painting. And since 2020 hasn't been really good at all, I would love that miniature painting helps everybody get better, and these are some of the changes I hope to see in the miniature painting hobby to make this more welcoming for new miniature painters. By creating this video, I hope some miniature painters would adopt some of these behaviors, and hopefully we can make miniature painting a very welcoming environment for all to join in. So first and foremost, the first thing I would like everybody to do is number 1, start creating a tutorial. So creating a tutorial will benefit you more than you will ever know. Don't believe me? Ask me. If not, try doing one for yourself. Creating a tutorial challenges you to think about how you would describe and how you would simplify the process so that another painter would understand it. I have learned so much since creating this channel and trying to think about ways to simplify processes and think about how to explain concepts to all my viewers. Since creating this channel and regularly uploading, I've been really thinking about how I can streamline my process and how I can explain concepts to all the viewers so that everybody gets to understand and everybody gets to improve. And the benefit is, because I've been doing so much research and so much trial and error, I've got so much better as a painter, and I think that it would benefit you too. So after creating tutorials, what I hope more miniature painters pick up is number 2, no more recipes. So recipes are just fundamentally color progressions and lists of colors that you will need to achieve a certain result. However, recipes are only important if you want to churn out identical looking armies and for me to communicate ideas to you guys. However, I hope that more painters don't just take recipes at face value. What I would hope when you see a recipe is you start considering the 3 factors about understanding colors. So color value, saturation, and color temperature. And because the color progression tells you so much about what the artist is actually thinking. Say for example, Ben Comets has really complex color progressions, and it really gives you an insight to what he's thinking, and I think you should give that a try for yourself too. And because you take the time and effort to understand the color progression, this allows you to become a better miniature painter, and people don't just stick to fixed recipes and become very rigid in their painting. So talking about not being fixed in recipes, the third thing is number 3. Don't exist in a bubble. So if you're watching this video and if you are a subscriber to Kolectiv, thank you very much for being a collector. However, I would like to encourage you not just to watch this channel, but to watch more painting channels out there. It's of course very easy to follow a couple of artists and be very familiar with their style and be able to replicate them as best as you can. However, the best way to improve is to look further beyond this bubble and to learn from many other artists. There are many painting techniques out there, and you should try your hand in some, and who knows, maybe something might work for you. However, it's not just about miniature painting. Think bigger. Look further out. Explore many different mediums. You can try digital painting. Watch some digital painting tutorials and see how digital painters do it. Watch some skill modelers. Try different materials. These are things that we all can adopt to miniature painting. Miniature painting fundamentally is a mixed medium painting process, so we can try many different ways. There are of course so many ways to achieve one particular effect, and you should try looking further beyond that. And most importantly, open your eyes in your everyday life. try observing things in real life, see how light interacts with things in real life, and who knows, you might observe something that someone has not observed yet, and you can really make that into your very own miniature painting style. So now that I've talked about not existing in a bubble, what's next? The next step that I hope more miniature painters do, including myself, is number 4, finish that damn backlog. It's very easy to just spend money and buy a new miniature, and yeah, you can always have them shelved away and to be painted for another time. But let's remember and let's be real with ourselves. There will always be new miniatures, and something else will catch your fancy, and these old miniatures, touch my heart, might not be as inspiring as they did when I chose to purchase them or I chose to take the commission. However, I think this is a very good opportunity for everyone to just take out the backlog and start practicing some of the things. Practice always makes perfect, and if you think about how you were inspired to buy that miniature, and yes, do that particular technique that you've wanted to try on that miniature. This gives you the opportunity to really try it to see whether this technique is suitable for you or not. If not, try something crazy, try something new. Do environmental lighting, do TMM, try something, try Sky of NMM or whatever. These are all techniques that I've wanted to try for a long time, and I managed to do some of them on my current backlog, which I'm really happy about. So I learned Sky of NMM from one of my heroes, Richard Gray. So this also takes me to my next point, talk to your heroes, and if you can, support them. That's number 5. In my experience traveling to Scale Model Challenge in 2019, what I found is that many miniature painters are actually really chill and really happy to share their knowledge with anybody that they meet. So if you have a miniature painter that you really like and you really like their style, maybe what you could do is you could drop them a message on Facebook to ask more about how they've done it. And if you know that your question is going to take a significant amount of time to answer, why don't just become a patron and ask them the question directly? The miniature painter, the miniature artist would be really appreciative and be happy to answer any of your questions. I found that this was the best way to improve miniature painting because I spent quite a bit of time last year in Scale Model Challenge meeting Mr. Ruben Martinez. I've learned so much in just a 15-minute conversation with him. I find that he's a really good teacher, and if you can, do head on to Big Chow Creatives or his personal Instagram, links in the description below, and see some of his tutorials and learn how he's done it. And I feel that this would be very beneficial. As the old saying says, don't meet your heroes, but I feel that this doesn't apply for miniature painting. And the last thing I hope more miniature painters pick up, number 6, would be compare less and learn more. So we exist in a social media sphere where everybody is uploading very world-class level stuff, with many big name painters such as Kaha, Redev, Anal, Land Studios, Cult of Paint, so many big name painters, Richard Gray, that was just off my mind, and there's so many more big name painters that I've not listed yet, and it's very easy to be demoralized just by looking at the amazing work that they've done and look at the work that you can achieve even with so many hours. However, instead of being demoralized and just giving up, why not try to emulate them? Why not try to paint something in their style? I've tried painting in Kasha's style, and yeah, it's quite mind-blowing that she paints like a 3D printer, but yeah, you should give it a try, and who knows, you might learn something and be able to develop something of your own. So those are the changes I'd like to see in the miniature painting community. Are there any more improvements you'd like to see? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about videos like this? Also, just let me know in the comments below, good or bad. Whether you'd like to see more videos like this, just let me know. At this point of time, I'd like to take the time to thank my patrons for allowing me to do this. It is through their generous support I'm able to continue to paint and create videos like this so that we all get to become better miniature painters together. So if you can, head on to our Patreon and become a patron today. However, for whatever reason you can't become a patron, that's okay too. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch all the way to the end. So if you think I deserve it, give me a like and subscribe, and drop me a comment so that we can improve the miniature painting community together. So I hope to see you in the next video. See you.